here before you. Before my enormous green screen that I made. It's epic. I've got to say, I didn't really think it out that well before I got started. It's huge and it's wrinkly, but you can still make it work. The Ultra Key plugin or thing in Premiere Pro just is incredible how well it works. But oh boy, yeah, I didn't really think this through. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to abandon this, I'll still use it, but one of the things I thought I'd do is make like a portable green screen, but I want it flat. This one's curved, which wasn't such a crash hot idea really. But anyway, that's life. So I'm going to build up a flat one, Benny. I'm going to build a flat one, and it's going to work by having a tensioned tubular frame in it that you can take apart, and then you can fold everything up and you know, pack it up. So that's the entire plan, and we'll, you know, do some sewing, we'll do some metal work, we'll do some 3D printing, we'll do some CAD, and yes, at the end of it we'll have a nice little doodad that I should be able to use just about anywhere really. One of the things I'm planning to do with it is to use it in the office, and not just have this green screen down in the shed. I might just throw a bit of green screen action in at the end of this, so you know, so you can see that this does actually work even in the sort of baggy state that it is. Alright, let's go. I decided on 2 by 2 meters, so the first thing to do is cut it to size. Next thing to do is to pin the hems. Alright, so if you're going to do a hem, the number one thing is you have to pin it. And you have to pin it because if you don't, you'll lose control of it when you're sewing. So the idea is that you pin and then as you sew, you remove the pins as you go, so you don't run over them with the machine. So probably only got enough pins to do one at a time. And it took me a while to put this line on here, but I think it's really going to help. I need to switch on the electrical power when the light is on. I'm just going to do a quick test hem on a bit of scrap. So you drop the foot down, and then the accelerator. Oh yeah. Give it a bit more throttle here, and we'll get through this a bit quicker. Oh yeah, the power! Oh, go baby! Now before we get to the end, we can do a reverse. Missed it. No. Okay, foot up. I wanted to reverse it there and just go back over the threads to kind of lock it. You know what? I reckon that's going to do the job. There it is. What do you think? Time to move on to the real deal. And making things extra difficult for myself with all the camera equipment. the lighting's good. Okie dokie smoky. So pretty much I don't have to worry about this material fraying, so I'm pretty much going to, I'm just going to line up the edge of the foot with that edge there. Pop out a couple of pins. Pop that pin out. Should have put the pins in the other way around. I bet there's some experienced people out there that are going, ah, Benny, look at you, mate. Okay, and pin out. After I finish sewing all the seams, I'll put some little triangular pockets in the corners that will help the frame keep the fabric in tension. Okay, all done. This last one probably was the best out of the lot, as usual. So yeah, now just gonna have to work out CAD models for the frame, and I'm just tossing up whether or not I should leave the aluminium in full lengths or cut it and have a central X. I'm going to try and work that out. I should sit down with a bit of paper and scribble that out. Anyway, clean sheet of paper. Okay, so what I'm planning on making is a frame, minimal frame, that can be broken down into parts. So I'm going to use the same aluminium stock that I used with the other green screen that I made. So basically I'm going to have these bent, but not bent and distorted, but they're going to be bent with some tension on them. And the idea is to hold the fabric in tension so that it's wrinkle free. So in the center here, I'm going to have a bracket, and I was thinking about this earlier on. Should I keep these in one piece, or should I break them down into smaller components? And my thinking now is that I should actually have these as separate lengths of tubing, so there's going to be 4 of them, and they'll be shorter. So that will allow this whole thing to break down into a much smaller package, because I think my wife's going to probably take it to school and use it with her students and stuff like that. So what I want is I want it to be able to stand up by itself to a certain extent. You might have to put like some sandbags or something on it to stop it tipping over. So that's the idea. It's going to be a freestanding flat green screen that can be broken down and transported. So here's what I'm thinking for the center bracket. It'll be shaped like this, and this is going to have to be pretty strong for a 3D print. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have notches here for the pipes to come in, and I want to make this with no fasteners in it. So you know, when you break it down, or you want to break it down to move it, then it's just going to be a matter of pulling the pipes out and so forth. So I'm going to make these holes blind, so that the thing goes together predictably, and I'm going to do top and bottom section. So this will be the bottom section, or top, doesn't matter. They're going to be symmetrical. Slots go through, slot, and then that's, you know, going to have some thickness to it there. And I'm doing my best attempt at a 3D rendition. So those all of those slots will be blind, as I said. You're getting that? And then there'll be a top that goes on that, which we'll draw in wireframe. And etc. And that will complete the whole for the for these aluminium pipes. And then at the other end, I want something that's going to allow, so if we have the aluminium pipe coming down here, it goes into its little pocket. Now I'm going to make a little knob thing to make it so that the pipe doesn't tear the fabric, and then I want something else out here that's going to allow me to put like a leg out here. So maybe make this all one piece. Yeah. Okay, here we are in Fusion 360, and this is how I created the center bracket. Start off with a sketch and an extrude, and then I copied that to have two versions. I've got that hidden up here. So there you go, there's the top half and the bottom half. I actually made these symmetrical, so we don't actually need to see the top half. So then I just put in some circles here to extrude for the accommodation for the tubes to go in, and as you can see, they're blind holes. And then I went ahead and put in some holes for fasteners, which we can't see very well because all the sketches are switched on. I'll switch all the sketches off. So I've got holes for fasteners here, and they're counterboard, and they're all for 3mm fasteners. I've got boatloads of those, so it's nice and easy. I did put a couple of fillets in here, but I've left those off for printing because I wanted to get maximum surface area stuck to the build plate. So there it is. That's the center bracket, and the next thing to do is the tube ends and the little things for the legs to poke into. Decided to do the pipe ends a little bit different to what I first thought. I was just going to put make like a little slug that went in the end of the pipe and had a curved end on it, but I thought to spread the load out a bit better, I'd make a shape more like this, which is going to, you know, give a bit more surface area here, and also, you know, these edges here aren't going to damage the cloth, because that cloth isn't particularly strong. So I just want to spread that load out from where the cloth is going to have the most pressure put on it. Anyway, so that's the tube ends. Let's get them printing. And I've got the center parts printed out for my frame, and I've also printed these ends. You can see that, and they're going to fit in the pockets. So that's going to poke in there, and that's how we're going to assemble the frame. Now, I've done a little bit of origami here to figure out what the diagonals are for my frame. So I want to keep a bit of, so that's 1450, best part of 1450 millimeters. So a smart bloke would write that down. So 1450 is centre to tip, and I'm going to be missing about, I think around about 20 millimeters here in the centre. But what I want is to try and figure out one of these pieces of aluminium, as Ave would have it. Sorry for all the noise in here. I've got two 3D printers running jobs right now. So what I want to try and figure out is how bendy this aluminium is, and what likely amount of bend I'm going to be able to put in it to achieve what I want to, which is tension on the frame. So I guess the way to do that might actually be to kind of clamp or anchor this down at this end. So I've got one of these clamps here. I made a bit of a job for myself with all this stuff that I've put everywhere. So stop banging that into the tripod. Okay, so if I clamp this to the bench here, and that's my ultimate length. Actually, with that on, and that's there. I might just get a bit of tape. I'm recording actually. If you come in, you're going to be in the recording.
Duke Ellington wrote "You Don't Mean a Thing."
He definitely performed it. I don't know if he wrote it. Okay, so I guess that's the kind of tension that I want. So I bend that like that, and I'll put a mark there. There's not much in it, is there? Yeah, I guess if I was clever with the trigonometries and all that sort of stuff, I'd I'd calculate all of that out with sin, cos and tan, but not my strong suit. Anyway, I reckon that's a pretty decent guesstimate. And so now I think it's just a matter of cutting this to length. I've only got two lengths of this, so I can't afford to make a mistake. If I get this wrong, and that's only like an extra. I'm getting worried now that my I'm thinking actually that there is almost going to completely be. Anyway, I reckon the smart move here is to cut these a little bit longer than I've guesstimated, and that way I can always cut some off to make them fit, whereas I can't put any back on. So I guess that's the rule of thumb. Anyway, I'm going to cut these pipes and okay, let's have a crack at assembling these. I did this in two halves. One for the purposes of 3D printing, because it's much easier to print something that's got a flat base. And as I showed you in the CAD, I had a radius in here, and I took it out because I really wanted this to stick. And actually, the first one that I printed did warp, so caught myself out there. Alrighty, so I might have to open up some of these holes a little bit. Oh, they look alright. Now, is that a good size? Let's have a look. Where's that going to go? And a bit of stick out on that. Let's have a look at the cap screws I've got. Yeah, still going to be some stick out on that one. This might... Yeah, perfection. Alright. So I don't know what the best way to assemble this is, because I've never done it before. It's a new design, and as such, never been seen before. So I will actually, what I'm thinking about doing is gluing these little arrowhead triangle-y things. I'm going to glue those into the ends of the pipe. And this is where we discover the joys of doing everything on your own. Okay, I'll put that one on there already. And hopefully this is a diagonal. And hopefully I I have got tension. And I have got tension. Oh. When's the last time you watched Caddyshack? When's the last time you watched Caddyshack? Watch Caddyshack tonight. Guarantee you'll enjoy it. You'll especially enjoy Carl, because he's one of us. He's a thinker, he's a maker, he's a professional. Okay. Now, I'm just discovering a pipe that I haven't taken the burr out of. I don't know if I'm even on camera now. I might not be. So, okay, so in she goes. That's this one. Now this one's feeling a little loose, only because the whole thing's just flexing away from me. So, hopefully now we've got this and this. Oh yes. Now I've had a bit of a rethink on the this is the moment of truth, folks. Moment of truth. Girls and boys, happy days. Oh, look at the tension on that. That's perfect. And I was just actually thinking earlier on, really, I mean, if you just sat this on the ground and just, I don't know if you can even see me now, but if you just sat this on the ground and let it lean up against something, it's beautiful. All right, so here we are. New green screen, and how good does it look? It's so tight. Tight like a tiger. Yeah, love it. So I think I'm going to pretty much finish here. I do have the little legs that I was going to put on, so it'll be freestanding. But I'll get around to that later on. The way it is actually now, it'd stand up anywhere. You just need to lean it up against something. There's no weight in it whatsoever. So my first customer is actually my wife. She's going to take it to her school where she's a teacher, and they're going to do some chroma key stuff with the kids, which I think should be great. Can't wait to see that. Yeah, so hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you've stuck with it. Maybe not the most exciting project in the world, making a green screen, but still, you know, if you're going to do some YouTubey stuff and that sort of thing, you might find it useful. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe. A lot of people have subscribed already, and I really thank you guys for supporting me that way. And also, love comments. As you see, I do personally answer just about all the comments that I get on the videos. So, see you next time, and onward and upward.